For Unit 9, Day 1 notes, the polygon angle sum theorem. So you know, like for a triangle, all the angles inside of a triangle add to be 180 degrees. You should know that if you have any quadrilateral, it should add and be 360 degrees. Usually those are commonly known. When you get into a pentagon or above, like you're not maybe quite sure. So there's a formula to help us with that. And that formula is n minus 2 all multiplied by 180. N stands for the number of sides. Okay. So here it says, what is the sum of the interior angle measures of a heptagon? Well, first of all, you have to know that a heptagon is a 7-sided figure. So that means that the n is 7. And then we would take that formula and we would just plug 7 into n. And so 7 minus 2 is 5. And 5 times 180 is 900 degrees. So in a heptagon, the angles would add up to be 900 degrees. In part B, the sum of the interior angles of a polygon we know is 1980 degrees. How many sides are there? So if we use our formula, n minus 2 times 180, we know that this equals 1980. So how do we go about finding n? Well, I would solve an equation. So the first thing I would do is I would actually divide by the 180. And this gives me n minus 2 equals, and if I divide, I get 11. And then I just solve a very basic one-step equation. So I add 2, and n is 13. So the answer is 13 sides. Okay, for the vocabulary, it says an equilateral polygon is a polygon with all sides equal. Also, you could put all sides congruent. Equal angular polygon, a polygon with all angles that are congruent. And lastly, a regular polygon, which we discussed in the introduction, a regular polygon that is both equilateral and equal angular. Basically saying all your sides are the same and all your angles are the same. So in this picture here, you can see all the angles are the same, all the sides are the same. Okay, then for the second example, this says a corollary to the polygon angle sum theory. The measure of each interior angle of a regular n-gon is n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Again, n stands for the number of sides. Okay, so here, for this example, the common housefly has eyes that consist of approximately 4,000 facets. Each facet is a regular hexagon. What is the measure of each interior angle in one hexagonal facet? So first of all, a hexagonal facet means that that's a 6-sided figure. So we need the number of sides. We also want to know what measure does each angle measure if it's a regular polygon, meaning it would be equal. So we do the n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. And if I plug in 6 for n, we get this. Minus 2 times 180 is going to be 4 times 180 divided by 6. And so I would multiply the top first and get 720 divided by 6. And I divide those two, and we get 120 degrees. So I know that every single angle in that hexagon is 120 degrees. Part B. What is the measure of each interior angle in a regular nonagon? So in a nonagon, that is a 9-sided figure. So n is 9, and I just plug it into n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. And so we would have 9 minus 2, which would be 7. And 7 times 180 is 1260. So I know that 1,260 degrees is the entire nonagon. But if I divide it by 9 sides, which are really 9 angles, then we know that each angle is 140 degrees.